Great, let's do Frankenstein. I really like this one. Let's do a little measuring first. So you got your pencil, right? You're going to measure from the top of the metal, not the top of the eraser, because the eraser might be down a little bit. So go to the top of the metal, and what I want you to do is go to the top of the page with the metal, and then come down here to, like if you've got some writing, just come to the bottom of that right there. It's about half the length of a pencil, right? Then come over here, and I'm gonna, like, it's gonna be about half that length over. So I'm gonna say about here. Now these don't have to be super precise, these measurements, right? But just to give us a starting point. So I'm gonna draw a dot there. And then it's the same distance over here about. So top of the pencil, or top of the metal, to, I'm gonna come down about halfway, half the length of a pencil. Here it's on the D for Dixon Ticonderoga, which is a brand that makes pencils. And then I'm gonna go here. That's about right, actually. I guessed about right. All right, good. So here's my dot and here's my dot, and those are gonna be my two starting points, okay? I'm going to go from this dot, and I'm going to draw a circle. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle, all right? And then the same thing, I'm gonna go the opposite way, and there we go. I've got two circles. Let's come back over here. I'm going to draw a bracket here, and then a bracket here. That's his fingernails, because these are his hands coming at us. Now I'm gonna come up here to, if I drew like a straight line from that bracket over here to the edge of his finger, I'm gonna draw a parentheses, and then I'm going to put a U there, and then a line there. So I've got another finger. Then I can do a U with a line that connects the top. Okay. Now I'm going to come back up here, and I'm just going to go like if you could draw a straight line, sort of like that. I'm going to come out and around and loop it back in like that. Then I'm going to put this fingernail there. All right, now I'm going to draw, I'm not going to draw, but you could with a pencil and then erase, a straight line, a little bit of a diagonal that goes from here and then hits this corner of the bracket and then comes down. I'm going to put a dot there so I know where to start. All right, and then I'm going to draw just a little bit of a diagonal line, and then I'm going to come straight down, and then I'm going to go straight this way a little bit longer, and now I'm going to loop this around like that, and there's his thumb. Now I can come over here and put his thumbnail. Now I'm going to come here to this hand, and I'm going to come from this corner and just draw like an upside down bird flying. Okay? So there's his first hand. He's Frankenstein. He only has 3 fingers and a thumb. All right, now we're going to reverse that process over here. So I'm going to start with his thumb, and I'm just going to diagonal and then down, and then I'm going to loop around. I'm going to try to make it about the same size. So I'm just kind of mirroring as much as I can, right? Now I'm going to come up to this finger. I'm going to draw that parentheses and then loop around. Remember, pause the video when you need to pause the video. And then I'm going to go just around like that and keep it simple. Same thing, upside down bird, and there's his other hand. All right. Now let's just go straight, a diagonal line like that, and a diagonal line like that. Okay. Now I'm going to come in, well actually, yeah, I'm going to come in between. So let's measure again, all right? Let's figure out, let's go 2 metal distances down. Actually, let's just go, yeah, no, 2 metal distances down. So here and then here. And I'm just going to draw, so put your mark there and then draw kind of a line like that. All right, just sort of a little bit of a curve, not much of a curve. And then I'm gonna make some hair. This is the top of his head. Okay. Now I'm gonna go from here, and I'm gonna draw a line that kind of curves in right at the last minute. So it's a diagonal, and then it curves. Okay? Now we can draw his shoulders because they go behind his head. So you're going to come straight up here and straight up here. So you had those curved lines, right? Now you're going to connect those with sort of a parenthesis shape, but not super circular. There's just a little bit of a curve. Okay? All right, now we can do the rest of his face. So I'm going to come back up here and I'm going to come just right there, and I'm going to draw a little bit of a curved line there, and then a U shape and a little bit of a curved line. It doesn't have to be exactly, I'm going to make it a little bit different maybe. That's a lot the same actually. All right, now I'm going to do a straight line across and a straight line across here. Then I'm going to loop this up and I'm going to loop this here like that. Okay? So that's like his eyebrows. Then I'm going to come here where his head was and I'm going to do a U shape, and I'm going to do a U shape here. Then I'm going to put his eyes right kind of cross-eyed almost, but it'll look like he's looking directly at you, at the viewer. Okay? Then he needs some cheekbones. So I'm going to come back up to his eye, to the corner of his eye, and I'm going to give him some cheekbones. Then let's do his nose. Let's put his nose way up here. So there's a diagonal line, that's a nostril. Right there. And then there we go. On this side of his face, I'm going to come straight down for his jawline like that. But then I'm going to put a U shape here for now. And now I want to make the rest of his jawline. So I want to kind of come to here. So I'm going to just kind of come out a little bit like that. All right. Now we can go back to his mouth. I'm going to put a circle here, just a little like dot. And at the top of the dot, I'm going to go up and over like that. And then I'm going to connect this so it's like that. Okay? Now I'm going to put a U shape here. And a little squiggly for his chin. Okay? Great! So now, let's draw the rest of him. So I'm going to come like to this finger here, straight down to where the body of the bird is, on the upside down bird, that's the bottom of his hand. And I'm gonna make a flap. And then I'm gonna do that, that's a pocket. Okay? And then I'm gonna flare out a little bit. Now I'm going to come back over here to his chin, to that side of his chin, and I'm going to come down like this, just straight down, and then loop it around. I kind of got off there, right? But that's okay. Now I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to come to his finger, let's see, which side did I do that? I'm going to come right here, and I'm going to come in like that, and now I'm going to do the same thing, do a flap here for the top of a pocket, and then a pocket, and then I'm going to loop out like that, come over here, same thing. Okay? If I had a pencil, I'd fix it like that. Now let's do a stomach. I'm just going to do that. That's pretty easy, right? Okay. So now let's make him walking towards us. So this is called a foreshortened view. And so what that means is the hand is coming at you like that, right? So that's what foreshortened means. It's when something's coming at you and then you draw it in kind of a cool way. So that's what's happening. I'm going to come straight down from the thumb here. And I'm going to draw this diagonal line there and then there. Okay, then I'm going to match that over here, straight down from his thumb, but instead of it being exactly like that, I'm going to come just a little bit longer, all right? And then I'm going to make a V and come down like that, kind of an angle, okay? Then I'm going to draw a big U shape like that. Go straight along the bottom. Then I'm going to come up here and draw that. That's not the best work I've ever done, but you got it. I would do that. I think I'd curve in like this if I had a pencil, and I might even do that. Okay, so there's his foot coming at us. And then I'm going to take this knee and I'm going to come in like that. Then I'm going to come back up here and do that. Remember, pause the video when you need to pause the video. That's probably good. And there's his other shoe. I'm not super happy with those feet, but it's okay. You can do better than me. So then there's Frankenstein. What does Frankenstein say? Or something. Okay? So there you go. Make sure you sign it. And then color it. All right, Frankenstein.